So just coming to the London prime, central London market, what are your observations of price movement and stock and availability there?
So in London, typically a prime property is a property up to £10 million and super prime starts at 10 million and above. What we are seeing within the prime market is more activity within the 5 to 7 million pounds bracket than the 7 to 10. And the same apply with the super prime property market, more the lower end, because people are a little bit more astute and people are now aware that London hasn't benefited or enjoyed capital growth over the last 10 years like other parts of the country have. On the top of that, we are still seeing lots of property who are overpriced because people still believe that the property they've bought 6-7 years ago should have increased in price by now, which is not the case. We're seeing an increase in terms of stock of property. The best-in-class property tends to fly off the shelf, so to speak, or generating quite a lot of interest from serious buyers. Properties which require lots of work, less so, again, because of what I mentioned earlier. And within this in the outer prime area of London, let's take, for example, Dulwich or Wandsworth, Balham, all those areas. The market remains very strong because it's much more a domestic buyer market compared
professional
to
families and
exactly people who stay here, who take a long-term view because they're sending their children to that school. So the location is particularly important for them. And there's still a good demand from buyers for sort of property. And if you look at the last category, which is the ultra super prime, so let's say anything above like 30 million pounds onward, it's a slow market, but we've seen recently in Regent Park, the home, who got sold finally for 138 million pounds. A drop from the 250 million pounds it was priced at 2 years ago. But nevertheless, it goes to show that the ultra high net worth are still there. If a property is deemed in a great location and also of historical importance, because this is also one of the things that characterize ultra high net worth buyers buying in London. They are not just buying a location, a property, but the history associated to the property. They like to be custodian and respect, that sort of heritage.